The Battle of Mukden would feature over 500,000 men, nearly 300,000 Russians, and well over 200,000 Japanese. The largest land force ever assembled in the history of warfare. Oyama wanted to end the war right here and now by destroying Kuropatkin's force in an emphatic battle to win the war. By mid-February, Oyama had 3rd Army at his disposal. As well, he had the newly created 5th Army. 5th Army was commanded by Kageki, and he marched his force into position on the Japanese extreme right. Next to 3rd Army was 1st Army, then 4th Army, then 2nd Army, and finally 3rd Army. Oyama's plan called for a feint on the right by 1st and 5th Armies. Then, with the Russian left engaged, Oyama would send 3rd Army on a wide flanking move around the Russian right flank, with the goal of reaching their rear and threatening the rail line north out of Mukden. If the Russians were deceived into thinking the main attack was in the east, 4th and 2nd Armies would advance to break through to the east of Mukden in order to link up with 3rd Army to the north of the city, trapping the Russian armies in an encirclement. The plan was a textbook double envelopment. It was a bold plan, but it was aided significantly by the fact that the Russians had terrible intelligence gathering, which was a theme throughout this war. Kuropatkin had very little knowledge of Japanese troop strength and disposition. He only had a vague idea of the newly formed 5th Army. Furthermore, he had no clue where the Japanese 3rd Army was. After the Japanese 5th made contact with the Russian 1st, Kuropatkin responded by sending his entire reserve division to meet what he believed to be the main Japanese attack. Next, the Japanese 1st Army joined in on the attack. The two attacks on the Russian left made solid progress. Then, on February 28th, the Japanese used their big guns to begin bombarding the Russian 3rd Army in the center. Now Kuropatkin thought the main attack was coming at his center. This is when the greatest shock of all occurred. Cossacks on the Russian extreme right flank noticed a large force moving north. This was Nogi's 3rd Army. A great panic then ensued, as Kuropatkin had no more reserves to counter this threat. The fighting would intensify. Finally, on March 9th, as Kuropatkin's army was teetering on the brink of being surrounded, he ordered a full-scale retreat to Harbin.